Pre-show A. Faith. Reading. And cue Faith. South LA residents are concerned about what they say. Ready to advance veto? Advance veto.
Convicted of murder is now suing the Los Angeles Police Department. We'll hear from her and her family.
Advance veto. Ready, camera 2.
Annenberg TV News.
What's wrong with your mic? Something's wrong with me. Right in front of Saw.
It's definitely on. If I didn't hear it live, make sure
University of Southern California. Annenberg TV News.
Oh, that's so loud. All right.
Why is it next at 6?
Keep faith.
Worried the debris left by an oil company putting them at risk. Protesters
You did?
rallied to demand a safe neighborhood.
And I knew like this.
Zoom.
Residents say an oil company is dumping
Ready,
harmful
Eli on camera
chemicals
3,
into the
OTS.
environment.
Eli on camera 3,
South Los
OTS.
Angeles
Package
residents
up, coming
protested
up.
today against neighborhood oil drilling. HBN's Pierce Larson shows why residents are concerned.
Package in.
South LA residents say they are confused and concerned about what is going on over the fence next door to their homes.
When we say an oil drilling well is in our neighborhood, I mean it shares a fence with people, where people live. It is across the street from where children play and go to school. This is happening and it's not right.
The oil company, Freeport-McMoran, makes routine visits to the Jefferson Boulevard location for what they say is maintenance well work. Residents say, however, that the company is releasing acidic waste debris into the atmosphere, which they fear is dangerous to nearby residents.
I'm concerned about reproductive harm caused by hydrochloric acid. I'm caused about respiratory issues, and there's also been reports at similar drilling sites of severe headaches, nosebleeds, residents needing to move because their children are becoming so ill.
Hearing about, birth defects and other complications, if my wife and I have another child, that's something that we are legitimately concerned about at this point. It's crazy.
Residents say the company previously tried to build new wells in another low-income LA neighborhood, but dropped the request after community members voiced their environmental safety concerns. Freeport-McMoran released a statement about their work in South LA, saying, quote, "The work is designed to remove calcium deposits from building up inside the well bore. The work ensures the condition of the well is maintained in optimum condition. Rumors that hydraulic fracturing or well stimulation work are being planned are not accurate."
South LA residents are growing more concerned since the safety precautions that are provided to oil worker employees are not being supplied to nearby neighbors.
The residents are upset that the hazardous material suits that all Freeport employees are required to wear have not been offered to nearby residents.
They would rather just bring it down here to South Central, bottom of the totem pole, thinking that we're not going to care. We have just as much rights as anybody else to keep our children and our community safe.
Residents say their ultimate goal is to begin a conversation in the city council to stop neighborhood drilling for good. In South Los Angeles, Pierce Larson, Annenberg TV News.
President Obama confirmed today that U.S. drone strikes in Pakistan killed 2 al-Qaeda hostages. The victims are an American and an Italian. The American development worker Warren was abducted in August 2011. The Italian aid worker, Giovanni Laporto, was captured in January 2012. U.S. officials say there was no knowledge of hostages at the al-Qaeda compound before it was targeted in January. The president expressed his condolences to the families of the victims, but says he holds his administration accountable.
As President and as Commander-in-Chief, I take full responsibility for all our counterterrorism operations, including the one that inadvertently took the lives of Warren and Giovanni.
Speaker of the House John Boehner also commented on the importance of investigating the drone strikes.
The President announced that an independent review is underway, and I think that is entirely appropriate. We need all the facts for the families, and so that we can make sure that nothing like this ever happens again in our efforts to keep Americans safe.
HBN spoke to U.S. professor and political consultant Bob Strong, who says drone strikes aren't likely to go away. He says none of the major presidential candidates have plans to abandon the use of drones.
They're an integral part of what we're trying to do in terms of containing and ultimately defeating the threat of violent extremism, especially in the Middle East.
The White House says it will provide compensation to the families. Loretta Lynch made history today. She is the first African-American woman to be confirmed as Attorney General. The Senate was split on the decision, but Lynch won by a 13-vote margin. Her confirmation faced opposition from Republicans over her support for Obama's immigration policy. Obama hopes that Lynch will be able to bridge the gap between police and the public. She has only a year and a half to make her mark under the Obama administration. Lynch worked as the U.S. Attorney for Eastern New York during Clinton's presidency, and she currently holds the same position under President Obama. She has also served as a board member on the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and as a partner at Hogan and Hartson.
Former CIA Director David Petraeus was sentenced to 2 years of probation and given a $100,000 fine today. He was convicted of leaking classified information in 2012. Petraeus resigned from the CIA after sharing information, including notes about President Obama and the National Security Council, with his biographer and mistress, Paul Broadwell. In March, he admitted to the leaking of the information as part of a plea agreement to avoid jail time. After the sentencing, Petraeus apologized for his actions.
Today marks the end of a 2.5-year ordeal that resulted from mistakes that I made. As I did in the past, I apologize.